What is up, LudyBros Army? It's your boy, Big Bro Lamar Ludy, and I'm sitting down right after the Boston Celtics came back to defeat the Denver Nuggets very handily. It was an exciting game that really had me pumped up and ready to go with this Boston Celtics team turning things around in the second half and coming out and getting the win over the Denver Nuggets. But before we get deep into the video, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on. The NBA content is going to be coming regularly here as we get closer to the playoffs. So the Celtics went on the road and they picked up a big win out in Denver. They went up to the Mile High City and they were able to get a win there. Things were looking tough for the Celtics. If you look here in the first quarter, the Celtics were down pretty big, 27-16. But the second half, they finished the game on a 40-8 run. Here in the fourth quarter, they outscored the Nuggets 31-8. Now the big thing to take away is that the Nuggets were playing without Jamal Murray. So let's go ahead and check out the box score for the Nuggets. They're playing without Jamal Murray. He's out. And they got a huge game from their MVP, Nikola Jokic. 17 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. He put in a triple-double. He was killing us. But the guy leading the way was Michael Porter Jr. He started off really strong, really aggressive. He wanted to make up for his play the last time they played the Celtics when he went scoreless. Today, he made sure that didn't happen. He finished the game with 22 points and 11 rebounds in 35 minutes. The Nuggets brought their balanced attack. They ended up getting their first loss with Aaron Gordon in the lineup. And let's see here, Aaron Gordon had a pretty subpar game with only 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. But what I love for the Celtics, they were able to come out and be very aggressive from the start. They were able to hold on really in the second half and kind of turn things on and just get out on a run with the Nuggets not having an answer to. Now, an issue that I have in today's, and this is in today's NBA in general, so it's not just with these two teams, but I just saw it on display. The complaining to the officiating is really, I feel, at an all-time high. And with there not being many people in the stands, you're seeing the officials throwing out a lot of technical fouls. Jason Tatum picked up a technical foul. And that's the type of thing, we saw in the Lakers versus Nets game. We saw Schroeder and Kyrie get ejected from the game. The refs are able to hear every single thing that is said by the players. And I really feel that this is kind of negatively impacting the game because they're handing out technicals I feel that they really wouldn't be handing out if the stadium was full with a lot of people and a lot of voices being heard. The players have to be able to voice their emotion. They have to be. And for the referees to be so sensitive and passing out technicals and getting these guys ejected from games sometimes, that really does impact the game. But here, we've seen the Celtics, they gave up Tice back at the trade deadline. Robert Williams is now the starting center. He got 10 points and 8 rebounds, matched up with Jokic. Now, Jokic did have that triple-double. He's an MVP caliber player, but I love the fact that Robert Williams is getting more minutes. He's got to learn because he's going to be the big man in the middle going forward. Now, I complained about Brad Stevens' rotation in a previous video, and I'm still going to stick with that. Grant Williams is getting a lot of time here off the bench. You see, he's got the most minutes of the bench players at 20 minutes with only 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Tristan Thompson had 9 points. He's aggressive in the middle, and he's getting less time than Grant Williams. I really think that that's going to be something that the Celtics are going to have to look at going forward because there's no possible way that you can match up with the 76ers and Joel Embiid with a small lineup. You're going to have to be able to try and put a bigger body out there. I think Tristan Thompson is going to be the one that you're going to be calling on in that situation as opposed to Grant Williams. But this is the guy that Brad Stevens has decided he's going to go with is Grant Williams, for better or for worse, and I think it's going to end up being for worse for the Celtics. I'm not going to change my viewpoint on that. In order for us to go forward, he has to change his rotations. I refuse to change my viewpoint on that. Now, this is something else that I think really stands out for the Celtics, and it shows their aggression. If you check their free throws, they went 20 for 23 today, shooting 87%. This is what I'm talking about. The three-pointers not falling for you. You went 7 for 33. What do? You get to the free throw line. You put your head down. You attack the basket. In order for you to outscore a team 40-8, you have to be aggressive, and the Celtics were just that today. So that was awesome to see. It was awesome to see those guys attacking the basket. We see that they're grabbing rebounds. They out-rebounded the Nuggets 52-46. The blocks are in the Celtics' favor. Steals are almost equal between the two teams. 9 turnovers for both teams. Look here, though. Points in the paint. Celtics outscored the Nuggets 56-46. Points in the paint. That's what I'm talking about. That's going to help you out later on. Come playoffs, the game's gonna slow down. You've got to be able to get some points going in the bucket. I would like to see Kemba Walker be a little bit more aggressive. He finished the game with 14 points. Marcus Smart starting to round back into form. He had another good game. He's everywhere defensively. He's the defensive heart and soul of this team. I'm so glad that we've got him back, and we didn't do anything foolish at the trade deadline. I know a lot of teams were interested in Marcus Smart, but he's the type of guy that you need on your team if you have championship aspirations. Jason Tatum had a double-double, 28 and 10, and Jaylen Brown was nice and solid with 20 and 8. So this was a great victory for my Celtics. The first loss for the Nuggets, if you're the Nuggets, you go ahead. You're just going to have to address those issues with that fourth quarter, but you were just on an 8-game winning streak, so you're going to have to look to your next game to bounce back and get yourself going. A quick look at the standings in the Eastern Conference. We see that the Celtics are here in the 7th seed. But the thing is that there's only one game that's keeping them from out of the 4th seed. They're just trailing the Hawks by 1 game. So if you can go ahead and put together a couple of wins here like the Celtics are doing, we're on a 3-game winning streak. If you put together a couple more wins, you might find yourself up here with a favorable first-round matchup, avoiding the big 3 of the Sixers, Nets, and the Bucks. And glancing over at the Western Conference, the Nuggets are just 1 game ahead of the Lakers. But like I said, they were on an 8-game winning streak coming into this game to lose 1. You're sitting now at the 4th seed. I think the Nuggets will be just fine, and I expect them to bounce back in their next game. But what do you guys think about the Nuggets and the Celtics game today? Did you see the Celtics go on that big run? 40-8. That's nothing to laugh about. I mean, they outscored them there in that fourth quarter. 31-8. So the Nuggets going to have to take a look at that fourth quarter, see what they can fix. And Boston Celtics, hopefully you guys can keep that up. Well, thank you guys for tuning into this video, and I'll see you guys next time.